Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this May the 24th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Wednesday out there so far. I hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay. In today's video, we're going to talk about the satellite loop here. This is going to be for the North Atlantic, Western North Atlantic, and the East Coast of the United States. You get a chance to see what's going on in your also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warnings, and advisories. Also, take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, Thursday, and Friday. And also, we're going to take a look at the CIPS analog, or CIPS analog, for severe weather probability over the next 8 days. Okay, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Also, like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Alrighty. As you can see, we got a little system out here producing some shower and thunderstorm activity. This was that little system here that was near the Bahamas. It's continued to lift off to the northeast, as I stated earlier this week, and also last week too. The system will continue to race off into the north and east Atlantic, northern Atlantic Ocean off to the northern portions of the Atlantic Ocean. Also, we got a little system here trying to develop here, but I don't see nothing developing out of it. It's just some shower and thunderstorm just kind of at night and along a cold front, just kind of stretching from here back to the southeast, from here back down to the Gulf of Mexico. Got a few little showers trying to develop in western North Carolina. A little bit of moisture there as well, and also over in Alabama and Georgia as well. You see this little feature right here over the Gulf of Mexico and also over Florida. This is that little low pressure system that I've been tracking for the past several days, that I said that would develop off the southeast coast and affect the Carolinas and move inland over the area. It's supposed to do that this weekend, so the system is expected to gain some strength starting later today, and then going into tomorrow, and then eventually it will move inland over the South Carolina and North Carolina and bring some copious amount of rain, maybe a little bit of gusty winds, maybe up to about 25, maybe 30 miles per hour wind gusts at times. Also Tennessee, and also back into North Carolina mountains, where it will kind of finally just kind of dissipate. Well, slowly dissipate, but it was still in the heat of the afternoon much of next week, with that little low pressure system kind of just meandering around over the southeast, may trigger some shower and thunderstorm activity much of next week. So that's why I got the rain chances in my forecast on Facebook about 30, maybe up to 40% during that period. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and move on to the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, there's the shower activities, maybe a few thunderstorms up here in portions of southern Canada, back through Maine, just east of Toronto, Canada, and Montreal, Canada, moving into, like I said, Maine and New York, New Hampshire. Also, well, it eventually, maybe the southern portion of this rain shield may get portions of Connecticut as well. There's that shower activity seen on the satellite loop there offshore there of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. There's that little system down here over Florida that's producing rain showers all the way from the coastal waters all the way down into the Bahamas, also down into Cuba. Also got some shower activity down around Puerto Rico as well. Also down here in the Gulf of Mexico as well. Got some scattered showers activity out there. If anybody in the marine interest out there might get in on some shower and thunderstorm activity. Got some scattered activity, like I said, over Alabama and Georgia. Also more over here in Texas and Oklahoma, and also into portions of Kansas. We got some more scattered activity up here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, also back into portions of southern Canada as well. Also, we have scattered activity over Montana, Idaho, back into Utah. A little bit of activity maybe in eastern Washington State, but western Washington State through much of Oregon and California, down in the central and southern Arizona and central and southern New Mexico, western Texas and Mexico, you're dry at this time, and also over here you're dry pretty much through the Carolinas, through Tennessee, back in Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, back into Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Virginia, North Carolina. High pressure dominates these areas where it's dry. Still got some shower activity over portions of Alaska, central and south portion. Guam, the radar is not working there because of that hurricane that moved through y'all's area. Also, and well, that area as well, y'all's area, and also that Guam island there as well. And also, we got some scattered activity around portions of the Hawaiian chain island. All right, let's take a look at the watches, warnings, and advisories for your location across the nation here. You can see we got some freeze warnings also in effect for portions of New York State. Also, we still have some frost advisory, freeze warnings in effect for Michigan, also northeastern Wisconsin. Also, we have some air quality alert for all of Iowa as well. We still got some issues up here. Flash flood watches in effect for northwestern portions of Mississippi. Also over here in portions of northern Nevada. Also into eastern Idaho as well. Got some hydro issues down here in portions of Florida. Had a special weather statement for northeast Minnesota. Still got them area rivers along the Missouri and Illinois border. Also in the portion of the North Dakota, South Dakota. Also in the portions of New Mexico, and also in the Arizona, Utah, and Idaho, and also in the Nevada as well. We got some special weather statements and flood watches in effect for Alaska and some around the central and south portions of the Hawaiian chain island. We have some gale warnings around that island there, and the north side looks a-okay. All right, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center. This is for today. We have general thunderstorms up here from portion of Maine back into portion of Pennsylvania. We have general thunderstorms from portion of Florida all the way back into Texas, all the way into portion of Kentucky, back into Iowa, also back into Minnesota, western Minnesota, North and South Dakota, also back over into Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, California, and also back over toward Montana, Idaho, and Washington State. Also, we have a marginal risk up here in portion of Montana, back into portions of Utah, Idaho, and also into Nevada. Also over here in Colorado, back down into portions of Texas. Also a marginal risk down here in central and south Florida. We have a slight risk and an enhanced risk over here from western Texas through the panhandle of Texas, back into portions of southern Colorado and northeastern New Mexico, and enhanced risk right along the Texas and New Mexico border. If you're in the enhanced risk, this includes Clovis, New Mexico, Hereford, Texas, Porteo, New Mexico, Tamacaro, New Mexico. Slight risk, this includes Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Midland, Texas, Odessa, Texas, and Hobbs, New Mexico. The marginal risk includes Denver, Colorado, Miami, Florida, or Colorado Springs, Colorado, Tampa, Florida, and Aurora, Colorado. Let's take a look at the tornado probability for today. We have a 2% over in West Texas through the western portion of Panhandle of Texas. Also over here into southern Colorado and eastern New Mexico. The 5% include Clovis, New Mexico, Hobbs, New Mexico, Porteo, New Mexico, Lubbockton, New Mexico, and Tacoma, Cary, New Mexico. 2% include Lubbock, Texas, Odessa, Texas, West Odessa, Texas, Hereford, Texas, and Canyon, Texas. The wind probability, 5% over central and southern Florida, also in west central and west Texas, and the portion of Colorado, also in the Nevada, back into Montana. We have a 15% over here in portions of Texas, west Texas, and eastern New Mexico. The 15% include Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Clovis, New Mexico, Plainview, Texas, and Hereford, Texas. 5% include Miami, Florida, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Tampa, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, and Haley, Florida. The hail probability, we have 5% down here in central and southern Florida. Also back over here in central and west Texas, back into Colorado. Also into Montana. Also back over here into portions of Nevada. Well, let me Get back to it. Yeah, back over here in Nevada, back to Utah, and the portion of Idaho, and the portion of western Wyoming. We have a 30% chance of West Texas along the New Mexico-Texas border back into southern Colorado. And the significant severe weather would be Odessa, Texas, Clovis, New Mexico, Hobbs, New Mexico, West Odessa, Texas, and Hereford, Texas. Also, the 30% include Clovis, New Mexico, Hereford, Texas, Porteo, New Mexico, and Tacoma, Cary, New Mexico. 15% include Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Midland, Texas, Odessa, Texas, Hobbs, New Mexico. 5% include Denver, Colorado, Miami, Florida, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, and Haley, Florida. Let's take a look at your day 2 outlook. This will be your Thursday outlook for severe weather. You can see we have general thunderstorms over southeast Georgia, down into the Florida Keys there, across southern Louisiana, and also up here in the Appalachian Mountains, North Georgia, through the eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and southwestern Virginia. General thunderstorms through Texas, all the way into portions of North Dakota, Montana, back to Washington State, over here in California, Nevada, Utah, and back down in New Mexico. Marginal risk over here in West Texas again, eastern New Mexico, back in the central and eastern Colorado, western Oklahoma, and southwestern portion of Kansas. If you're in the marginal risk, this includes Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, and Pablo, Colorado. Take a look at the tornado probability. We have 2% from West Texas to the portion of Colorado. And if you're in that 2%, this includes Amarillo, Texas, Clovis, New Mexico, Hobbs, New Mexico, Caribbean, New Mexico, West Odessa, Texas. Wind probability, we have 5% to Brown from West Texas all the way into Colorado. This includes Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, and Pablo, Colorado. Let's take a look at the hail probability. Still 5% West Texas through New Mexico into Colorado. This includes Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Amarillo, Texas, Pablo, Colorado, and Centennial, Colorado, and surrounding areas. Let's take a look at your day 3 outlook. This will be your Friday outlook. As you can see, we still have general thunderstorms over central and southern Florida to the Florida Keys. Also over here in portions of Alabama, Mississippi, and the Tennessee. Also from Texas back to portions of North and South Dakota, northwest Minnesota, back to Montana, to Washington State, or Utah, and back down in Colorado, New Mexico. We have a marginal risk from West Texas through eastern Colorado, west portion of Oklahoma, through eastern portions of Colorado, all the way back into eastern Wyoming, and central portions of Montana, also southwestern portions of South Dakota, and western portions of Nebraska. All right, marginal risk. This includes Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas, and Amarillo, Texas. The probability for severe weather is 5% in the brown there. This includes Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas, and Amarillo, Texas for severe weather. All right, and finally we're going to wrap it up with the CIPS analog for today, and this is going for the next 8 days. You can see pretty well in line with the Storm Prediction Center from Texas all the way into Montana for the day 1. 15%, like I say, from Texas into Wyoming, southern Wyoming. That's pretty well lined up with the Storm Prediction Center. As we head to day 2, this is pretty well lined up again with the Storm Prediction Center outlook from Texas back in the portion of Colorado, Wyoming, and also southern Montana. We have a 10 to 15% chance for severe weather in that region. Okay, let's take a look at day 3. Pretty well in line with the Storm Prediction Center once again. They did have it extended up in the portion of Montana, but the CIPS analog got a little further to the south. But it's still in the Montana, South Dakota, all the way back down into Texas. So I do agree with what the Storm Prediction Center says. They're pretty close, accurate with what they're forecasting at the Storm Prediction Center. Let's move on to day 4. I'll show you they have not got any outlook past day 4, but this is currently by the CIPS analog. I do agree with this. They got it from West Texas all the way back in the portion of Montana. Once again, 10 to 15% chance for severe weather, and this would be your general severe weather area would be outlook by the Storm Prediction Center. Alrighty, let's take a look at day 5. This is pretty well 10 to 15% chance once again from Texas all the way back into portions of the same vicinity. Montana, 10% chance for severe weather there on day 5. Let's take a look at day 6. We got a few little 30% over here in Colorado and Wyoming as well, but that's generally the severe weather area currently. Y'all stuck in that same weather pattern. Like I said, we're currently stuck in that same weather pattern. Y'all stuck in it as well. That's why you see the severe weather probability still in y'all's general vicinity. Alright, let's move on to day number 7. The severe weather will still be concentrated over here in portions of Texas, also in the Colorado, also in the Wyoming, also in the South Dakota, but it do spread a little bit further to the east, to eastern portions of Nebraska, and also central Kansas, central Oklahoma, and central and eastern Texas. We have some 15% over here in Texas, also over in New Mexico. We have that 30% over here in Colorado, Wyoming, and also portions of Nebraska. We have a 10% chance for some severe weather over here in portions of the Carolinas and South and North Carolina as well on day number 7. Let's take a look at day number 8. As you can see, we still got it generally over here in Texas, all the way into portions of South Dakota, also Colorado. Still got that 10 to 15% chance there. We got 10% over here in portions of Florida, also over here in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and eastern Tennessee for some severe weather possible in your region on day number 8. Alrighty, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's get these numbers climbing. I aim about like 14 away from 400. I need 14 more subscribers to make it to 400. So let's get the ball rolling, folks, and we'll catch you back in the next one.